Even when you are sitting perfectly still, there is a busy, invisible team working around the clock right inside of you. To see how they do it, take a look at this map. Every empty space you see belongs to an organ, a specialized team member built to perform one specific job. Let's meet the boss of the team first, the brain. Safely tucked inside your head, the brain is the control center for absolutely everything you do. It handles your thinking, your memory, your feelings, and tells your muscles when to move. Down in the middle of your chest is your heart. Its only task is to act as a powerful pump, constantly pushing blood around your whole body so that every other part gets the supplies it needs to keep going. Wrapped right around the heart are the lungs. When you take a breath in, your lungs pull in an essential gas from the air called oxygen, and when you breathe out, they push out the waste gas your body doesn't need anymore. Finally, sitting just below them is the stomach. Think of this as your body's fuel tank. Whenever you eat, your stomach churns and breaks that food down into the energy your body needs to grow. Each of these organs has a completely different task, but together they make up the core biological machinery that keeps you alive and moving every single day. There is a slight problem for the brain, though. It is locked away in the pitch dark inside your skull. So how does it actually know what is happening in the outside world? It relies on 5 special information gatherers, your senses. You use your eyes for sight, your ears for hearing, your nose for smell, your tongue for taste, and your skin for touch. This diagram shows how that gathering process actually works. Whether it's a sound entering your ear or a bright light hitting your eye, that data from the outside world turns into a rapid message. It flashes up a nerve pathway and goes directly to the brain. Because these messages are arriving every second, the senses act as an advanced warning and navigation system. They make sure the brain always has the information it needs to lead the rest of the body safely. Organs don't actually work entirely on their own. They form cooperative squads. Here you can see 3 of the main ones: the digestive system, which uses the stomach to process food, the respiratory system, which uses the lungs to pull in air, and the circulatory system, which uses the heart and blood vessels to move things around. To see how they collaborate, let's watch what happens when you take a breath. The respiratory system breathes the oxygen into the lungs, but the oxygen is stuck there. It needs a delivery method to reach your toes, your fingers, and your head. That is exactly where the circulatory system takes over. The oxygen transfers from the lungs directly into the blood, and the heart pumps that oxygen-rich blood out to every single inch of your body. Without these systems teaming up, the air we breathe and the food we eat would just sit there. This vital collaboration is what turns the air and food into the energy you use to live and move. Because this teamwork happens deep under the skin, it creates an interesting challenge. When a paramedic arrives to help someone, they can't simply look inside the patient's body to see if the systems are running correctly. Instead, paramedics look for signs on the outside of the body that tell them what's happening on the inside. The first thing they feel for is a pulse, that rhythmic beat you can feel in your wrist or neck caused by your heart pumping. By counting that pulse and watching how fast a person is breathing, they know if the circulatory and respiratory systems are doing their jobs. They also check the body's temperature. If someone feels much hotter than normal, it is a signal that their internal systems are currently busy fighting off an illness. Look at this checklist to see the final step. Along with pulse, breathing, and temperature, a paramedic will check a patient's alertness. They do this by asking simple questions to see if the brain is awake, listening, and able to respond normally. By checking those 4 simple signs, a paramedic can read the health of a person's invisible internal systems in a matter of seconds. You can actually feel these systems talking to each other right now. Let's try it. Press 2 fingers to your wrist or neck until you feel your pulse. Take note of how fast it's beating, and notice how calmly you are breathing while you rest. Now, stand up. I want you to give me 10 big, energetic star jumps right now. Go ahead, I'll wait. Stop. Put your fingers right back on your pulse. You will immediately notice that your heart is thumping much faster against your fingers, and you are breathing a lot heavier than you were a minute ago. That sudden change happens because your actively working leg and arm muscles suddenly demanded a whole lot more oxygen. To help, your brain instantly sent a message. It told your respiratory system to breathe faster to pull in more air, and told your circulatory system to pump harder to deliver it. A racing heartbeat right after exercise is real-time proof that your brain, heart, and lungs are successfully communicating to keep you moving. Let's finish with a quick checkup to see how much you've learned about your biological team. I'll ask the question and you shout out the answer. Here are your first 3. Number 1, what does the heart do? Number 2, what do the lungs do? And number 3, which organ helps control the whole body? Great job. Now for the last 3. Number 4, can you name the 5 senses? Number 5, what 4 things might a paramedic check when they help someone? And finally, number 6, why do your pulse and breathing become so much faster right after exercise? Whether you are running, jumping, or just sitting quietly and learning, your organs are always on the job. Remember, you are in charge of the most amazing, hard-working biological machine on Earth. Take good care of it.